Have you ever walked through a forest and felt a sense of peace? A feeling of being in a place that is ancient and wise? You might think of trees as solitary giants. They stand tall and silent, watching the seasons pass. We see them as individuals, competing for sunlight and water. But what if I told you this is not the whole story? What if the forest is not a collection of individuals, but a single, vast community? What if beneath your feet, and in the very air you breathe, a constant conversation is taking place? A conversation that has been happening for millions of years, in a language we are only just beginning to understand. Let us begin our journey underground, in the dark, rich soil of the forest floor. Here, hidden from our eyes, lies an intricate and sprawling network. It is a biological internet, a system of communication and trade that connects almost every tree in the forest. Scientists have given it a fitting name: the Wood Wide Web. This is not a network of cables and wires, but of living, microscopic fungal threads. These threads, called mycelium, are the white, gossamer-like filaments you might see if you dig into the soil. They are the true masters of the underworld, the architects of forest society. At the heart of this incredible underground network are the fungi themselves. They are the postmasters, the network administrators of the forest. These mycorrhizal fungi, as they are called, are not simply passive conduits. They are active players in the forest's economy of sharing and communication. They form a bridge between trees, creating a common marketplace where goods and information can be exchanged. Without these tireless fungal workers, the forest as we know it, a cooperative, interconnected society, could not exist. They are the invisible force that stitches the entire ecosystem together into a cohesive and resilient whole. The relationship between tree and fungus is a delicate and ancient negotiation. When a fungal spore germinates in the soil, its threads seek out a compatible tree root. The communication network of trees is not limited to the world beneath the soil. It also extends into the air, carried on the breeze in a language of scent. Trees can talk to each other using chemical signals called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. These are essentially airborne messages, invisible clouds of scent that drift from one tree to another. When a tree is under attack, it doesn't suffer in silence. It releases a specific chemical perfume into the air. Imagine an acacia tree in the African savanna. A giraffe starts to munch on its leaves. Within minutes, the tree begins to pump tannins into its leaves, making them bitter and indigestible. It also releases ethylene gas into the air. This phenomenon is not unique to acacias. We see it in forests all over the world. When a pine tree is attacked by bark beetles, it releases a cocktail of VOCs. These chemicals serve two purposes. First, they can act as a direct defense, repelling some insects or even poisoning them. Second, and perhaps more importantly, they serve as a warning to other pines in the vicinity. The neighboring trees detect these airborne signals through tiny pores in their leaves and begin to mount their own defenses. They might start producing toxic resins or other compounds to make themselves less appealing to the incoming beetles. It is a forest-wide alarm system. This airborne language is incredibly sophisticated. Beyond the underground web and the airborne scents, a new and exciting field of research is emerging. Scientists are beginning to investigate whether trees might also communicate using sound, or more accurately, vibrations. It may sound like something from science fiction, but the evidence is starting to build. We know that plants are highly sensitive to their environment. In some studies, plants exposed to specific frequencies have shown changes in their growth rates. For example, researchers have played the sound of a caterpillar chewing on a leaf. In response, the plant began to produce defensive chemicals, as if it were actually being eaten. Within this intricate forest society, not all trees are created equal. Some are more important than others. These are the mother trees, the largest, oldest, most well-connected individuals in the forest. You can often spot them. These matriarchs act as the central hubs of the Wood Wide Web. They are like the main servers of the forest's internet, connected to hundreds of other trees. They are the keepers of the forest's wisdom and the nurturers of its future generations. Through the underground fungal network, they pump a steady stream of nutrients and carbon to these young saplings. When a mother tree dies, either from old age or from logging, the loss is felt throughout the entire community. It is not just the loss of one tree, it is a tear in the social and nutritional fabric of the forest. The discovery of this complex, hidden world of tree communication is not just a delightful piece of natural history. It has profound and urgent implications for how we manage our forests. Forests are not simply rows of individual trees that can be planted and harvested like a crop of corn. They are complex adaptive systems, superorganisms that function as a whole. Instead of clear-cutting, which destroys the vital underground network, we should be looking at more selective and gentle methods of harvesting. Practices that leave the mother trees intact. Forests are also one of our most powerful allies in the fight against climate change. The underground fungal network itself is a massive carbon sink storing an incredible amount of carbon in the soil. If trees are intelligent social beings that communicate, nurture their young, support their communities, do we not have a greater responsibility to protect them? This knowledge challenges the old view of nature as a collection of inert resources for human use. The next time you walk among the trees, I hope you will see them differently. Look beyond the individual trunks and branches. Imagine the world beyond your senses. Picture fungal threads shimmering in the soil beneath your feet, a bustling network carrying water. Imagine the air thick with a silent conversation of chemical scents, warnings drifting on the breeze. Think of the ancient mother tree at the center, the heart of the community, nurturing seedlings in the understory, holding centuries of wisdom in her rings. This hidden world holds a vital lesson for humanity. In that connection, we may find the inspiration to protect their world and, in doing so, save our own. So walk in the forest with wonder and respect. Listen with more than your ears. Try to understand the quiet, profound language of the trees. By doing so, we learn about them and we learn from them. We connect with life that has thrived far longer than we have. In that connection, we may find the inspiration to protect their world and, in doing so, save our own. The forest is speaking. It is time for us to listen. Forget everything you thought you knew about trees. Prepare to have your mind blown as we expose the incredible, unseen network that connects forests and reveals their surprising intelligence. This isn't just about roots and leaves, it's about a sophisticated communication system that will redefine your understanding of the natural world.